So it is a matter of discussion, and we're going to have that discussion here on NTV at 1. The Constitutional Court having just dismissed the petition by gay activists to scrap the homosexuality law. We are joined by Mr. Stephen Langa from the Family Life Network, one of the organizations that believe that Ugandans need this law to retain the country's family setup and values, and that, according to him, these are being threatened by the gay movement. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Stephen Langa.
Good afternoon.
Okay, let's have your reactions to the Constitutional Court's verdict on the matter.
Well, what I can say is that in principle and overall, we are really happy about what the judges have done today. We totally understand the pressure, the intimidation, and all that they have been working through. We are very much aware of that. And for them to come up with what they've come up with, we commend them. We commend them. You see, out of the 14 issues which were raised by the petitioners, 5 of them were procedural. And on all the procedural situations, our justices completely rejected. Then, of the 9 substantive issues, 7 of them were completely thrown out, and the other 2 were like partial success to the other side. Yeah, so overall, in mathematics, you would say that we got 93% victory, those who are opposing the law, okay, or rather the scrapping of the law. Okay. So that is very good.
Now, speaking of the opposers, the activists here, they are having something in their petition where they say that their right to associate and belong is infringed upon. What's your comment on that? Well,
you see, what you associate for is important and is not absolute. You cannot have terrorists say that, okay, we can associate. Pedophiles, we can also associate. Mm-hmm. No, it depends on what it is that you are associating on. The issue that they are trying to associate on is wrong. It's something that Uganda has rejected. It's something that actually destroys individuals, it destroys families, and destroys society. So therefore, we cannot just sit back and allow such a destructive thing to be allowed in the name of human rights. Mm-hmm.
All right. In the name of human rights, they also argue that as they claim to be heterosexual in nature, some of their cases have been cited in several crimes sexually related, such as rape and defilement, according to police statistics. And it begs the question, why is your focus on the gay community in Uganda as far as, you know, protecting vulnerable groups is concerned?
Our focus is not just on homosexuals. 1, 2 wrongs do not make a right. If heterosexuals are doing something wrong, you cannot say that therefore because they're doing wrong, let us also do wrong. So 2 wrongs don't make a right. Mm. Secondly, already there are laws that are covering all the issues they are talking about, which heterosexuals are committing. And that's why this law is needed, because anybody committing a law, whether heterosexual or homosexual, should be treated according to what the law says. So already heterosexuals, there are already laws there. I mean, there's already, for example, you commit aggravated rape or defilement, you are judged. You're judged. It's already there in the books of law. So that argument really doesn't hold water.
Okay, all right. Like the Easter season past, Pilato having washed his hands off yes, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Our Constitutional Court has just done so with a verdict. And so the gay activists say they're going to appeal to the Supreme Court. Are you ready for that fight, and how ready are you?
We are very ready, I can assure you, because you see, for us, this is not just a game or something we're taking lightly. Homosexuality cannot be present in a situation where strong families exist. You cannot have families and homosexuality coexisting. It is impossible. Either homosexuality thrives and families break, or families thrive and homosexuality has to go. So because of that, if they go to the Constitutional Court, we are prepared to also go there. And even on the provisions that they have allowed a little, you know, which the judges have said, for example, on the issue of health and so on, we are going to look at that even more strategically, with bigger eyes, with bigger legal eyes and bigger family eyes. Mm. And we see if there are situations that warrant us going to the Supreme Court, we shall also go there.
Mr. Langa, lastly, I know that overall as a country we have suffered the stroke of this law being signed by the president. One of those is, of course, losing funds and donor money in there. But I know that you also advocate that there's some good that has come out of the law having been signed. What good has come out really for society in Uganda by and large?
A lot of good has come already. First of all, in that we are strengthening our families, we are protecting our young people. Already that is, I mean, huge. Because one life lost to homosexuality is a big loss to the nation. So already that protection is there, and that is good. But if you look at the figures and the statistics and the economy, actually Uganda is doing better. We are doing better. Right now, economically, our economy is growing. Certain sections of our economy are doing better with all these so-called sanctions in place. Okay. But above all, and this is the most important, that when we protect family and protect children, we are doing something that is right, and we are doing something that is compatible with what God wants.
Okay. In light with protecting family, how are we protecting family in your advisement?
Well, one of them, of course, is to remove things that compromise or that weaken families, like homosexuality. I mean, if two men or two women are involved in this so-called vice, then already two couples, you know, a man who should be a husband is not there, and a woman who should be a wife is not there. So already you are compromising the family. And when you compromise the family, I can guarantee you, your society is going to break. And this is one of the reasons why homosexuality is dangerous. It is a civilization destroyer. It destroyed the Roman Empire. It is destroying the Western world, as we are seeing, as we are watching with our own eyes like this. So we can't go and enter the ditch as we see. So that's why for us as Africans, we are saying that it is time for Africa to take her future in her own hands and define her own path. And Uganda is leading this, and we are happy to be to play along with it.
All right, thank you so much, Ms.